Hello, my friends! Isabel here with some vocal tips for everybody who's looking to brush up on their metal vocal skills. The first one I would say is hydration. Yes, you just saw me drinking a beer. The reason that I drink beer when I'm doing vocals is, for me, is it helps with the mucus production in the throat. You want everything to be nice and lubricated. I do also highly encourage water. Some vocalists like tea with honey. Some vocalists stick to just water. Some crazy ones do hard liquor. I won't recommend any of that. Find what works best for you. Another recommendation for me is I always perform with an empty stomach. I don't like the feeling of reflux. For example, you're going to be up on the stage, jumping around. You want to feel nice and light, but you also don't want to feel like your stomach is full and you're kind of having reflux up your esophagus of the food you ate like a couple of hours ago. Because when you're doing those vocals, you have all that intra-abdominal pressure because that's where all the force is coming from. And that can definitely put some pressure on your stomach, and you can start to have that reflux up in your esophagus. So yeah, empty stomach for performances. I also recommend warm-ups. I don't always do vocal warm-ups before I perform, but I really should, and I really recommend that you do the same. Take some time and just go through your scales. Even if you're doing scream vocals, it's still good to do a warm-up with your just kind of go through that, push your voice a little bit, warm it up, do your breathing exercises. Fill up your lungs all the way and empty them. So you want to make sure your lungs are ready and your voice is ready. And my biggest one that I really neglected for years is stop when it hurts. I used to do rehearsals for 3-hour blocks, and I would pretty much inevitably always end up with like a really sore throat for a few days. And at about 2.5 hours in, I would feel that pain. I would have to describe it as pain in my throat, but I would still continue with the rehearsal until we were done. And then I really regretted it for a few days because my throat just felt raw. Like, no matter what I did, it felt really raw, and it felt like I was doing damage. So those would be my main recommendations. To summarize, stay hydrated. Don't perform with a full stomach. Do your warm-ups, and stop when it hurts. Do you guys have any tips to add? Tell me in the comments.